We're starting this series off on Blackburn. We're in the bottom left-hand corner, where the red Zerg is currently spawning. Playing for Dragon Phoenix Gaming, it is Rogue. His opponent in the blue from Dragon Phoenix Gaming himself, recently coming back into the pro scene. Let's welcome back Hero. And yeah, what a better way to start things off for our, well, newcomer. It's not the right word, but you get what I mean. Then the usual edge block. Rook sending one drone out, actually. I'm unsure if this is going to delay him somewhat. It doesn't really look like it. Yeah, it's gonna get, yeah. Drones on gas and spawning pool F15. Not gonna slow down too much. But he's sending one drone out. And it feels like it's for scouting purposes. Maybe try to block the Nexus for a while. I don't think he's gonna start a hatchery over here. Yeah, he's just patrolling for now. 2 probes have been sent out. Hero a little bit scared that this was going to be the Nexus block with the hatchery. It's not gonna happen. Rook just wants to stay extra careful with this. Unless he wants to start an hatchery in Hero's own main base, but that will be brave to say the least. Hero not overreacting, not gonna start a Zealot. He's waiting until his Cybercore is done to start an Adept, get some scouting done. While on his own side of the map, Rogue is just off to a very standard opener. Nothing crazy happening. Drone's still up there for scouting purposes. This drone is being kind of a little probe. Somewhat. They do regenerate, don't they? Even Metabolic Boost gets started. Twilight Console. That's gonna be an interesting scouting for Rogue. If he manages to see this, but it's very well hidden. At this stage, Rogue expects something happening over here. This extractor is probably gonna be cancelled and restarted a lot of times. Hero getting the Adept closer to these Vespene geysers so he can avoid that from happening. Rogue not gonna cancel it, it's just gonna be annoying for a little while longer. And it looks like this is the epilogue of their cute little drone. It was a little bit too brave. He's had to made himself a home on the wrong side of the map. And it all went sour. Very fast. In the end, Rogue was not able to get a tech scout on the side of the map of Hero. And he's gonna send his Zerglings out, actually, to try and address what is going on. He's honestly quite interesting. We're going for a Resonating Glaives timing attack on the side of Hero. Gonna hit alongside a Warp Prism, probably around the 5.5, 6 minute mark. Maybe earlier, maybe later. Depends on how careful is Rogue around this. And yeah, we do see the first Adepts already heading out, not even waiting for the Warp Prism. That is an interesting choice on the side of Hero. Trying to take control of the map with only the 5 Adepts, he definitely can. But they don't kill these Queens fast enough. And it's gonna be very, very tough for them to juggle between the bases. With lots and lots of Zerglings popping up exactly right about now. Not enough DPS on these guys. And Resonating Glaives has been shown 10 more Zerglings incoming. And Hero might have overstepped a little. Shades will complete, keeping these Adepts alive. But this is starting to look a little bit too much. That's a lot of adepts. But Rogue is really taking his precautions. Overlord comes in for the scout, checking how much stuff is out there for Hero. Meanwhile, the adepts are gonna start rocking the resonating glaives onto the Zerg army. Warp Prism in the main almost gets caught out by a Spore Caller. Adepts get a little bit of a choke point over here. They're gonna annihilate these poor little Zerglings. The Warp Prism stays alive. Fighting Queens and Roaches, not the best bet for these adepts. The Warp Prism gets a little bit out of harm's way. But these will mean that these adepts are on their own right now. They will be left fighting Roaches. They can kill the Lings. They can somewhat manage to kill the Queens. But killing the Roaches, you need much more than just... How many is this? It's like 10, 11? Not enough. It's looking a little bit pricey on the side of Hero actually. With Spine Crawlers spread in between the bases, Hero doesn't really manage to get a good shade out and in. The Roaches and Lings always catching him. Another wave of Warp Pains incoming for Hero. Showing his end way too early. Might have costed him a little bit too much, and he's really committing into this. Not really forcing the choke point on the ramp. He's trying to fight these Roaches in the main. Without a single upgrade, it looks like he's looking to force as many Roaches as possible to counter them with Immortals. But that's a little bit too much Zerg out there right now. And the Spine Crawlers are definitely gonna help even against the Immortals. They pretty much counter each other. With these many Roaches to be a wall for them, it's gonna be much easier for Rogue to defend than it is for Hero to attack. Second Immortal incoming. You're probably preparing for another attack. The four Lings managed to sneak inside the wall of Hero. Getting a little bit of information. Actually almost everything, I feel. Actually seeing everything, period. And by now, it feels like Rogue knows what's up 100%. He's not taking up, he's just making more of what he already has. It's pretty much for the best. His Robotics Babe will probably not come in clutch fast enough. Rogue even preparing some counterattacks. With some Lings being spread on the map. These on the right might especially hurt a lot. Hero kind of needs this base. He's not in a very good spot. He needs to do something with the army he has built up so far, and doesn't really look like he can do much. It looks like Rogue is, on the other hand, being very aggressive. He's spending most of his minerals on Lings, so he's gonna have a lot of gas that he can spend actually on just Ravagers. And here they come. 6 Ravagers incoming on the side of Rogue after making a ton of Overlords to free up some supply. Right now, Rogue has a very scary army. And he's gonna try to hit over here at the front wall. There's no shield battery to save Hero whatsoever. And here comes the Concave. Roaches and Ravagers placed perfectly. The Warp Prism cannot keep these units alive. Here, the Disruptor is the life-saving race. Can it hit the jackpot? No, it cannot. It got something, but it doesn't really feel like enough. So many Ravagers still alive. So many more morphing in. And now, the ramp is under control of the Zerg, empowering the key buildings. This looks like a GG timing to me, Hero. And here it comes. Rogue takes game number 1. Both from Dragon Phoenix Gaming, of course. No hatch block. Like, Rogue is so surprised. He stood there for a little time. Like, wait, what? Can I take me a natural? Really? And now the other drone is just being sent out doing stuff. Again, this might be just the drone scout he showed us in the first game. That didn't really achieve much. But in the end... Oh, wait. What was Rogue waiting for over there? Like, if he just sent the drone in, couldn't he just delay the exit for at least like a couple seconds? I mean, oh, he wanted to maybe stop the extractor? Well, he is doing that. Very fine. And this drone is going to regenerate, so it doesn't really matter to him too much. Drone still going, still looking just like a scouting drone. I just want to follow this closely because this is not a common thing, guys. When you see a Zerg wasting one drone out, usually he's up to no good. But this is not the case for Rogue. He's just been sending these drones out for scouting purposes. This is not something you would expect. Larva is such an important resource in the early game for all their players, then even saving up one single drone matters a lot. This is target opener, again Hero properly hiding it, and Rogue trying to send his drone out to save himself on an extractor. But again, this is probably just going to be his epilogue. Overlord gonna fly over the pillar. And Rogue is going to take his third base. We're off to a very standard start for both players yet again. With a very early Baneley vest actually. Huh. Maybe not so standard. 6 more links, 10 more links, and a Baneley nest. Is that a bust? Oh boy, I think it is. Rogue will not be happy when he sees this Stargate. And it's not even a Void Ray, it's even worse, it's an Oracle. Yeah, Oracles are... they do kill Banelings and Zerglings very fast, even if Banelings are trying... even if Zerglings are trying to morph into Banelings. This is not gonna be a welcoming sight for Rogue. Metabolic boost just finished. The Baneling nest is finished as well. The Oracle flying over the Overlord to deny any more scouting information. The wall is going up for Hero. And that is not the perfect wall against the Baneling boss. The Stalker will get in position fast enough. And by now, Hero is going to see a lot of Zerglings. He's probably going to be a little afraid. He's just a 6 now. Oracle will activate Pulsar Beam. Very good call by Rogue. Wasting a lot of energy out of these Oracle. He's now regenerating. Oh, second Oracle chiming in though. And this is going to be even worse to see. For the Red Zerg, the Baneling boss begins. The wall will be broken. Will the pilot survive? I don't think that this is going to cut it for Rogue. Pulsar Beam is just very good at dealing with this. On the other side of the map, I don't know what killed 3 drones. Here, it's just the Oracles. But again, Hero will be the pylon in his wall to keep it up. And Adepts are being warped in to deal with the Zerglings. This wall will not stand for long. The Adepts are being left out in the open, sacrificing themselves for a greater cause. But here comes the 3rd Oracle, and it looks like the Baneling boss has been deflected. Rogue, of course, he cannot afford to stop his all-in. He's gonna make even more lanes looking to break through even harder. The shield battery is up over here, but right now Hero is just saving up energy on these Oracles. They do have a lot of energy. They can activate those Pulsar Beam. Here comes a 4th Oracle, a 5th one in production. Hey, you know what? Hero doesn't really care. He feels safe with just probes. Building up his wall yet again. I don't know about that. The wall is down. Now it's probes fighting against the lanes. The Oracle will need to fly back home. Hero might have done a crucial mistake. It looks like the lanes are in both mineral lines by now. There's so many Oracles, but still so many probes are going to die fighting against the lanes. In the end, the player with the most workers, even after losing just 11, will still be Hero. 18 more lanes in production, Pulsar Beam being activated on all of these Oracles, and Rogue will pull the GG. Hero gets the equalizer. 3rd set, do or die, here on Hardwire. In the bottom left hand corner. From Dragon Phoenix Gaming, the Red Zerg is currently spawning after failing the Baneling bust. Can he shift the tide once more? It is Rogue. His opponent in the blue. Riding the wave instead. Can he do it again? Makes a noise for Hero. Again, both from Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Here comes the arch block. This time Hero didn't forget. And Rogue will be like, yeah, I was expecting this, come on. Oh, wait, oh! Alright. I absolutely love this. Yeah, I guess. Rogue sneaking his drone in back into the natural and taking it instead of the third. Hero will be pretty surprised after this. But in the end, it's gonna be a scouting drone again, and it's probably gonna end up just like the previous two games. Rogue will just be really careful about this. Delaying this nexus by a little bit, not much. It's like 5 seconds and max. And in the end, just trying to delay this extractor a little bit. Not a lot of health on this drone, to be completely honest with you. So he's gonna... Ooh! He's gonna actually deny this. It hurts. It hurts a little. Especially if Hero was looking for a Stargate opener. It still doesn't get a lot of vision. This is gonna be cancelled. This drone is not gonna be healthy. But in the end, it's all about the scouting information that Rogue is able to get. Wait, he didn't cancel it? Yeah, it gives some scouting information like this, but Hero can just start anything over here. And only Overlords will tell. Or Zerglings if Hero forgets to place units in the wall, but that is never going to happen. Let's all be honest. Here comes a little bit of a cheeky pylon over here on the left side of the map. This is the perfect position for some Stargate shenanigans. I've seen a red marker over here, probably an Overlord, being sent in that position, or even Zerglings. I don't really know. I've seen a red marker, so Rogue is sending something over there. Or maybe he isn't sending it anymore. But even though Rogue is still aware that something may come in the form of a proxy Stargate, or even his opponent just sending some flying units over there, still looking for a Stargate. And that's honestly already a good bet. Hero keeping his probe hidden over here on the top left to maybe try and do something more later on. We see a very early lair incoming from Rogue instead. This matchup very well known to be a tech race, but this early lair is exactly why you make an adept in the early game as a Protoss player. You send the shade in, you check how many drones are in the natural, you send the shade in yet again, and you check if your opponent has started a lair. And it's exactly what is happening over here for Rogue. With a Roach Warren incoming, this looks like a strong timing on the side of the Zerg player. Here comes the first Oracle, second one in the making for Hero, looking to deal as much damage as possible in this main. Rogue is gonna keep it as defended as possible with 2 queens, and 2 queens over here defending the natural as well. There's no sign of a third base incoming whatsoever for Rogue, who's gonna actually probably wall himself off fully over here with a Spine Crawler and a Spore Crawler. Roach Warren, Evo Chamber, and tons of roaches is going to be the play on the side of Rogue. 4 Adepts over here to kill this Extractor. Not a big tell, but these Oracles are flying in, are checking these drone counts. How many drones are on Vespin, and most importantly, killing 11 drones just before this timing was about to shine. Rogue will find out the Stargate, but not before the third Oracle pops out. It's now just the 2, with so many queens out there for defense. But even so, the scouting information is absolutely priceless for Hero. Killing 11 drones, even better. Rogue is gonna go ahead and take a third base if he manages. Oh, so close. Rogue will drop down a third archer and will definitely need it, because this timing attack is looking to be delayed by quite a far margin. I see larva that is not being spent immediately, and that's not what you want as a Xur player who's trying to go for a roach. I wouldn't call this a timing, guys. This is definitely an all-in. It's still gonna be up to Micro. Blink, of course, very good against Ravagers, but so are Immortals, which are not gonna be the play so far. There's a Warp Prism incoming, which I'm quite surprised about, to be completely honest. And a Robotics Bay, which could be priceless if Disruption Novas actually hit something significant. This third base, it will be useful, but this is what scares me right now. It's not gonna be just the one. There's more drop alerts incoming on the side of Rogue, who's now completing his +1 missile attack. He's gonna look forward to hit on multiple positions, and that's when the third base of Hero becomes insanely complicated to defend. Spreading units this early in the game is not gonna be easy, but Blink is definitely very useful in this stage. Over here in the main base, here comes the Warp Prism with the Adepts shading in the natural, and it's drones fighting against the Adepts. But here comes the Recall issued to have as many units as possible defending. Oh my god, this is such a clutch corruption on top of that one Robotics Bay, which was producing this so useful disruptor. The drop alerts incoming with the Queens ready to transfuse just as this creep drops down by the Overlord. The creep tumor incoming as well to establish as much creep as possible on which these Queens can drop their... Oh my god, that Disruption Nova! Meanwhile, in the main, lanes in the Overlords are gonna absolutely annihilate it. The defenses of Hero are playing forward on top of the army of Rogue. Both players losing so much, but it does look like Rogue is losing just a tiny bit more. GG gets gold, and Hero gets the series.